faith. And Father, Lord God, I pray this morning that in this building and at this moment, you begin to restore lives, you begin to restore the years that the enemy has stolen from us, God. And Father, Lord God, I thank you. Holy Spirit, you're welcome. Help me preach this message. Anoint my lips in Jesus' name. Amen. And amen. Can you say amen? Amen. Amen. He said, and I will restore unto you the years that the canker worm has stolen. Amen. The caterpillar, the palm worm. Amen. He said, my great army which I sent upon you. And the people in the book of Joel were going through a hard time. And, I was talking to somebody even just yesterday, and they're in a bad condition, they're in a bad situation in their lives, and they're hurting. They're hurting, and they were crying, and, been affected by drugs, different things like that, and all they can think about, even in the state that they were in, was what other people did to them. You with me? What this person didn't do for me, and that person didn't let me in, and this person didn't let me stay there, and you can feel the just the hurt in their heart, and they have no idea what they did. You with me? And that's what the devil does. That's what the drugs do to you. The drugs make you so focused on yourself and fulfilling your desires and what you want, that you can care less what other people are going through, how much it costs them, what damage you do to their marriage, what damage you do to their children, what damage you do to their family, what damage you do by stealing from them, by burning them, by, you with me, interrupting their life. You can't see that because all your focus is on yourself and on gratifying yourself and what others are done to hurt you. And I told my wife, I said, one of the hardest things that we ever, because she said, she served the Lord for all these years. We've been serving the Lord 33 years. And it's been, it's almost like I said that day, like giving birth to a baby. For the hours and hours and hours of labor, and you're screaming and crying, and you don't want this, and now forget it, get this kid out of me. Oh, and you're cussing at your husband, and it's his fault, and all this stuff, and you're so hurting and so angry, but the moment it comes out, you forget all that pain, and man, you're in so much joy. They could be working on you down there, and you don't even feel it. You're just, oh, how beautiful. And you guys, ladies, understand what I'm saying? They're like, oh my God, and they're doing this and that, and pushing and pulling and sewing, and you're just like, oh wow, how beautiful. Oh, thank you, God, for my blessing. And you don't even remember the pain.
That's right.
You with me? And I think and God has a way of doing that. I told this individual, God brings you through hard times, even like you're going through right now, to change you. To change you, to help you. He was bringing the people of Israel through hard times, and every time they would get a harvest, and it would look like they're going to get fed, and they're going to eat, and maybe get some money. Man, there comes the cankerworm, stole everything they had. Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I look around, even our church, and I see that, and I know it's not right, but I see the empty chairs. Even before service, I was standing in the back, and it's almost like you see a field that's already been harvested. And you look, and there's only just branches, little stuff thrown, maybe a couple of kernels, stalks of corn standing that was missed. You understand? And you look, and everything has been wiped out. And you look around, and I feel like sometimes, like Ruth, I guess it would be, how Ruth, and I was telling my wife the other day, I said, you know what, I don't ask God for anything. Some of you heard me preach that message at one time. Remember at the end of the service, I broke down and I started telling you some stuff. And I said, I never ask God for anything. I don't ask Him for new clothes. I don't ask Him for new shoes. I don't ask Him for a brand new pickup. You with me? Yeah. I don't ask Him for this stuff. And I feel maybe sometimes I should. But I said, that's not what I desire. That's not what I want. I didn't ask God for anything but souls. anything with these people, to be saved, and our city to see revival. You know what I mean? And yet I'm standing in the back and I feel like, man, our church has been wiped out. Ruth, also, all Ruth wanted was to allow us, pobres, to go after your harvest and just pick up the leftovers. And sometimes I think that's what, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's a wrong mentality. But God, give me the leftovers, God. Give me the crumbs, Lord, that fall from the master's table. I'm not asking you for much. Just the crumbs, God. Just the leftover corn. Just allow me to go through. And sometimes I feel, I was looking this morning and I feel like the enemy has devastated our church. And there's only a handful of people standing still. You with me? And it looks like, and you can see all the dirt and only a few stalks here and there and a couple chairs filled. You know what I mean? And you look and you know what I mean? Think, God, I've worked so hard for this ministry. My wife and I, man, she's worked hard for this church. We've prayed for years and years and years while you all were out there jacking up. We were on our knees in prayer for you. Come on. We were, you with me? While you were doing your thing and spending every dime you had on drugs and alcohol and everything else, you know what I mean? You with me? And we were here, man. We were here living off pennies. Some of you would be surprised if you look around and you see, man, we're not like other churches. You with me? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's wrong or something, but it's like, you know what I mean? I don't ask God for anything. I don't even ask Him to get paid to do what I'm doing. There's not one pastor that I know in this city that doesn't have a salary. He doesn't get paid for what he does. Every single one of them, I could tell you, they're getting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. Some probably $7,000, $8,000 a month. This one doesn't get anything. I don't ask God for anything. And people, they kind of feel sorry or look down, but that's the way it's always been. I've never asked God for anything. We've had this ministry for 22, going on 23 years. You with me? And everything you see, you with me, has been given to us by God. Everything you see, everything is the chairs, you know what I mean? And sure, but that's not for free. It's not for free. Sometimes God has blessed us and people have blessed us in this, but everything you see, we've had to pay for. Or somebody's paid for. I was standing back there today and I was looking, I said, look how nice our pulpit looks. Look at the star, look at the carpet, look at the stuff that our church invested their own money to buy this stuff. This stuff wasn't for free. This stuff isn't in a handout somewhere. You know what I mean? And this all just happened because we prayed hard. No, because God blessed you. As Naomi was saying, God blessed you to be a blessing. And people invested in this. And we've got 2 rolls of brand new carpet in there. It's going to make this church look awesome. That somebody paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. That sowed into this ministry to be a blessing. It wasn't free for them. As a matter of fact, them people work hard for every dime and every cent they got. And they don't live in mansions. They live in, you know what I mean, in humble homes. You with me? And they drive humble cars. They don't drive brand new stuff. They're satisfied with what's on their back, with the food they're eating that day. And they're always thinking of other people. You with me? And I mean, that's just the kind of people, ministry that we've been. Humble and just, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's wrong. Maybe I should think like these other pastors and think, man, if you guys don't pay me $2,500 a month, I'm out of here. But I don't think that way. You guys don't understand what we've lived on the crumbs for years. Come on. You know what I mean? I went just the other day to fix my teeth and different. I don't have insurance. Man, I come out of there $200 and some dollar bill. You know what I mean? This and that. We have to put that out of our pocket that we don't have. Anything we do. You with me? If my wife, wants to go to the doctor or needs to go to the doctor, oh well, let's pray. We're going to pray for God to heal. We don't have medical insurance. We don't have insurance. We could run and go get some medicine for this and all. It's Jesus, some Sprite, Pepto-Bismol, and come on, some crackers and chicken noodle soup. And you with me? Menthol. That's our medical insurance. You with me? You know what I mean? And I was thinking about it, and my wife asked me, and I was thinking about it just yesterday. I said, God, make me happy, Lord. I want to be happy. I don't want to be discouraged. I don't want to, you know what I mean? We've been through such hard times, but you know what I mean? The Word and Jesus and the Holy Spirit are the only reason, and my wife, and of course my kids and grandkids and you. You with me? But it's like, you know what I mean? That's the only thing that keeps me going. You with me? I have no other reason to live. I don't have no other hope. I don't have dreams like you guys have of owning these big old mansions and driving a 2019 and buying new clothes every paycheck. And I don't have dreams like that. I don't think like that. I don't want that stuff. I want the drug addict. I want somebody to say, I want a prostitute to come in here and give her life to Jesus, and God clean her up, and God give her back her family and her children back, and restore what the devil meant in her life, turn it around for her good, or that drug dealer or that gangbanger. To realize there's a different life than you're living right now. It's not a life of guns and violence and fighting and all this stuff, or even in a marriage beating each other up and going to jail every weekend for domestic violence. And there's a different life than that. How do I know? Because He gave it to me. He changed me. What He did for me, He can do for other people. He's no respecter of persons. And I was thinking about it, I said, God dropped the word restore. I will restore, son. The years that you came through and the enemy devastated your life. I don't know if you're here this morning, you feel like, man, that devil tore me up. He destroyed my life. He took years from me and my children. Separation. Do you know how supernatural, or how I would say, I don't know how to even say it. Do you know that there's a portion of Scripture where King David had the Ark of the Covenant brought, or he was moving the Ark of the Covenant, and he took some cows that had given birth to their babies, and the baby cows and stuff, they cry too. They want mama's milk. They want to be right close to mama, and the mamas, don't mess with their babies because they'll jack you up. And David said, I think it was David that said, let's put the ark on the cart, and let's have the mama cows take the cart and go away from their babies, their crying babies, and take the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem, to where I have need of it to go. He says that because it's something that's I don't know if I want to say supernatural or not. It's something that's not natural, let's say. For a mother to leave her babies, you with me? For a drug to get a hold of a person's mind so much that they would walk away from their children. Come on, I was there. I was a drunkard, man. I was a drug user. I was out there playing the field, doing stuff I shouldn't have done, leaving my two oldest at home with my wife, and didn't care. Come on. The party was more to me than them. I love them. I love the party more than them. And I'd leave them at home and I'd go do my thing. So I'm not putting the blame, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty. I'm trying to make you understand how unnatural it is for a mother or a father to leave their children and walk away from them for some drugs, for another individual. To love some man more than you do your own children. To walk away and abandon them for him. You with me? Come on. You with me? If he meant anything, he would be concerned about your kids. He wouldn't just want you. He would want your babies too. He said, I'm going to raise them. I'm going to love them. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to provide for not just you, for them too. Because that would be something supernatural. What's unnatural is, I was telling you, those milking calves, those mamas to leave their babies, nursing babies, and to walk away. He said, if we do that, and then them calves go, we know that it was the Lord, because it was something unnatural. And I was saying how unnatural it is for anybody to walk away from even your mom and dad. Come on now. For you to leave your spouse, You know, when Facebook came out, you know what started happening? People started hooking up with people from 8th grade and their middle schools. Yeah. People started getting in contact. Well, so-and-so wants to get in contact with you. Wives were leaving their husbands of years to go back with somebody they danced with in 7th grade. One guy said that a lady in his church had freaked him out. She turned in her spirit and became like a little schoolgirl again. A grown woman with wife, with children, with husband, with home. She just changed, left everything she owned and had and loved to go across the country to meet some guy that she remembered from middle school. And to go hook up with him and get with this man. She forgot everything. And I said, that's what the devil does to people's minds. He'll turn you. He'll even turn you, Christian. He'll turn you from loving and serving God with all your heart and soul. And he'll turn from God himself. It's unnatural. It's not even natural for you to do that. But you'll do it because that devil will turn you in such a way. You'll think, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. Nobody can judge me. I was talking to that individual yesterday and I was saying, you know what? No one has you in this condition but you. Right. Nobody shoved any drugs in your veins. Right, man. You did. Right. No one threw you out. You made a choice. Yeah. There was rules, and there's always rules in life. And in my house, we do not do drugs. In my house, you will not bring anything like that. And once you do, you're out. Who made the decision to do that? They did. They knew the consequences. Don't lie there and blame me. Don't blame your family. Don't blame everybody else and who wasn't there for you and you were out in the cold and this and that. Who had you that you did? I'm not here trying to put blame. I'm here to make you understand. Listen, what you did, God can turn that around. He'll restore to you the years that the devil has stolen from you. He'll give you back those years you were away from your children. He'll restore your relationship with your mother and father. Huh? You with me? God is the only reason that me and my wife are married today. He's the only reason. There is no other reason. He is the only reason we're together. And we look back at people that were together when me and my wife got together years and years ago. And I'm very, very, I don't know if any of them are even together. And you guys are still together, Vince and Susan. Yeah? Oh man, after all these years, gee, I remember when, but you know what the common factor is Christ. You know why we're together? You know what the glue is? It's Jesus. We gave our lives to Jesus. We were just kids. Some of you that are in here, most of you that are married, you guys are way above where we were when we started. You got to understand, we were just kids, 18 and 19 years old, making right decisions. Because it starts with choices. I tell people you can never change what happened in the past. You can't change that. Everything you ever did, you did. You can't change it. Stop blaming everybody. Stop blaming people who hurt you or done this and it's their fault. Forget all that. Forgetting those things which are behind you. Press on to those things which lie ahead of you. You can never change your past, but you can always change your future. Where am I going? What is tomorrow going to... What my decision today will affect my tomorrow. My decision yesterday affected my today. Where you're at today is because of the decisions you made yesterday or yesteryear. The decisions you made back then, wrong or whatever they were, they're the reason you're in the mess right now, in a condition right now. But you're at the right place right now because you're in church. You with me? Because you're ready, or hopefully you're ready to let God change some stuff in you. To change the direction you're heading. You don't have to keep going the same way you've been going. Come on now. But it's going to take some good choices. It's going to take you surrendering to God, saying, God, you do whatever you want to do in my life. And listen, I want to tell you this, each and every one of you, this is a personal relationship with God. You with me? This is the decision to play games with God, come to to church, hit and miss, and do this and that is going to affect you, and it is going to affect your family. Listen to this. Every decision matters that you make. Every decision. You can't erase them. You can't go back and try and cover them up. You can't do that. You've got to make straight paths for yourself. That's what the Word of God says. You with me? Serve the Lord. Make your mind up. I'm going to serve Him. And God, because I'm putting my faith and my trust in God, God's going to turn some stuff around for me. He's going to restore me. And the years that the enemy has stolen from my life. How many of you got some stuff in your life? You say, God, I need them restored. Let me give you some definitions, because I thought, man, I started finding some definitions, I thought, of restoration or restore. And I thought, this is too good to pass up, man. The definition of restore, the first one was this: bringing back, or to bring back a certain right. A right is something that you have the privilege to do. It's kind of like a driver's license. You with me? It's kind of like, you have a right to do that, but if you violate, or if you don't pass the test, if you lose it, if you're drunk driving, guess what? That right is taken away from you. But to be restored is to one day go back in after paying your, SR 22 or whatever they call them, right? I had to pay one of those for years, and it cost me a lot of money. Come on, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Mexicans here, right? Oh man, you don't even have insurance. SR 22, is that what they call it? Yeah. But you have to pay like hundreds of dollars above what you normally would. You with me? To get your right back to drive? Pay, how much does it say at the county jail? You walk in and it says DUI, $13,000 and $600, or I don't know, something like that. To get a DUI, you want to drink and drive? Pay the price. You with me? You're going to have years with no driving. You're not going to be able, you're going to lose your job. Things are going to happen because you have no license. That right was taken away from you. You have a right to drive, but you have to stay within the law. You have to work within those limits. And be restored means you go back in one day and give you back your license. He said to bring back is what it meant to be restored. A right, a practice, a custom, or situation to reinstate. I thought, well, they'll know that because they have to get their insurance reinstated. I have to write words for you guys, man. That you'll understand. Reinstated. Two was to return someone or something to its former condition, place, or position. Remember, he said, I will restore unto you the years. I'll return to you. Someone or something, could be your kids, could be a thing, could be a home you lost. To a former condition, place, or position. And the third one meant this: to repair or renovate. To repair or renovate. And what it says was a building, a work of art, a vehicle, etc., so as to return it to its original condition. Restore. How many of you ever heard of restoring a house? I love watching the movie, the flip in Vegas, or flip or flop, or fix this house, and all that different stuff, where they'll take the ugliest, the nastiest, the worst homes, cockroaches and rats, and one house that they did in Vegas, that flip in Vegas or whatever, they went in and it was literally for Satan worship. Somebody went in and took a beautiful home, put pentagrams on the floors, wrote ugly messages on the walls, to where even the paisas that were in there doing their painting and all that, they said, you know what, we're not even going to come in this house. They were so scared of the presence of evil that was in that house. And that man took and renovated that house, and he took them walls down, repainted, put everything brand new. When you seen that house, man, it was awesome. Hmm? They take messes and they turn them around. See, that's what God does with your life. Or at least, let's say that's what God did with my life. You with me? He took the mess that I was and He turned it around. Huh? How many know that doesn't happen overnight? How many know when you came to God, you were a mess? How many know some of you still cleaning that mess? They say, you might look pretty this morning, you might look nice and handsome this morning, but you're still a mess. And God's saying, keep coming to church, keep coming to church. Keep coming to church. Keep coming to church. Get plugged in. Get involved. Read your Bible. Pray. Come on. Start giving. Start being a part. Come on. You're out there. You know what I mean? Sometimes we come in and get a quick 90-day fix. And we think we're good now. How many people do you know, guys, that have been through our church that have come 30, 60, 90-day program? And you never see them come back again. And then you see them on 4th Street. Homeless, a drug addict again, and all messed up. What happened? They stopped coming. They stopped being a part. They stopped. See, because you're doing something now. You're kind of getting normal. You're like a train you were all messed up and parked. And all of a sudden, God got you going. Them trains are thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. To get. You got to get the motivation. You got to get going. You got to get man, you're moving now. You're moving. Things are going good. And you're headed somewhere. And all of a sudden, I'm going to stop doing what I've been doing. And I'm going to be good. No, you've just stopped. You've just stopped the process of God in your life. You did. You're not going anywhere no more. Pastor Ray said it one day. He said, in the kingdom of God, there is no neutral. There is no reverse. And you with me? The only thing we have is drive. The only thing we have is how the Lord drive and we're going forward. There is no neutral. There is no wait up. There is no, man, you know what? I don't have to do that to be like Jesus. Jesus was in church every Sunday. Every Sabbath, it was his custom to be in the synagogue. Right. How do you think he learned so much knowledge and would blow the minds of his people? Right. By staying home? No. Because you don't have to do what everybody else has to do. Why do we do what we do at the church? Why do we have our services? Why do we have prayer? Why do we have outreaches? Why do we do Mexican? Why do we do all this stuff? Because we ain't got nothing else to do. We're just bored. Or is it something that we've learned over the years that this is what's going to keep you? Getting involved, staying involved, plugging in, being a part, getting in your word, listening to the Bible, listening and praying and seeking the Lord. And that's what keeps you motivated. That's what keeps you plugged in. Keeps you going for God. We don't do it just because we ain't got nothing else to do and we want to waste your guys' time. Come on now. I think some of you think like that. That we're just here to waste your time and we're here to just rain on your parade. I mean, you want to do all these things and yeah, we have a service tonight at 6. Man, but you know what? The game, man. And then, I'm kind of tired and I wanted to rest. And then I got to look for some clothes. And I don't have time during the week. So I'm going to pick tonight at 6 to do that. We're trying to keep you, we're trying to get you plugged in. One time my pastor, and I'm not talking about Pastor Ray, I've been hooked up with Pastor Ray for about 22 years. When we started our church, he did our first anniversary service. We were 1 year in as a church. He came and did our first anniversary, and since then we've been plugged in with him, so it's been about 22 years. But before that, we were involved in another church. And our pastor there in that church, he was a white man, a widow from Indiana, redhead, freckle face. He looked nothing like me. And we used to tell people we're brothers from another mother. We're twins. He was Blanco, and like I said, redhead, freckles, and surfer, older man, this and that. And he used to trip out on me because me and my wife, we just had so much faith, And one day I came and I bought a truck. It was like a 69 or 70 Chevy pickup. For those of you who know what a 69 or Chevy pickup looks like, it was a step side, and man, it was rusted. It had no rocker panels. I mean, there was holes in the floor. It was old. It looked bad. And I took it to church, and I was so excited. Pastor, come check out my truck. He came out and he looked at it and he thought, why in the world would you buy something like this? He said, I thought you were getting a nice truck, a beautiful truck. And he said, why'd you buy this? I said, oh, these are cherry. I said, wait till I'm done with it. I'm going to I'm going to cut all the cancer out of it, all the rust out of it. I'm going to replace rocker panels. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to lower it. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to, all this stuff, recustom the seats and do all this stuff. And he looked at me, he goes, man, he goes, you got vision, brother. You got vision. He said, this junk, you're thinking you're going to take it and do all this stuff? And I said, yeah. He thought I was crazy. What I was saying was, I'm going to take this mess and make it into something nice. What I want to do is I want to restore it. How many of you ever seen the things that they restore? Like I said, the homes or the cars, and the Gas Monkey or Customs or movies like that where they take junk. And when they're done, they look brand spanking new. They'll take a 55 Chevy and make it look like it's right off the factory, even better than that. I said, man, that's the kind of mindset that God has, though. See, when He saved you, He didn't look at you and think, well, that's a mess, and I'm just going to kind of clean them up, put some new clothes on them, and sit them in church. He looked at it. He already had, I'm going to send him over there to Pueblo, to New Home Ministry, because they're going to help Pastor Vince do what I asked him to do in the city, because they're going to be an asset. They're going to be a blessing. They're going to take part in what He's doing. They're going to reach Pueblo for Jesus. He has a vision for you. He's seen you all jacked up. And He thought, wait till I'm done with that. See, that's the way God sees you. He doesn't see you the mess that you are or that you were. He sees the finished product in you. He sees everything. I was watching that Flipping Vegas yesterday, and they had, I think they built the home, and it was in Vegas, and in Vegas they had, so it was like a mansion that they built, but when they were starting on it, they had studs on it, no walls and all that. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, oh, this thing looks ugly. But when they showed you the finished product with the sheetrock and the wall, the staircases and all this, it was immaculate. And I was like, man, that's vision. See, God, He already sees you the way He wants you to be. He already sees you who He called you to be. Come on. He knows the plans He has for you, right? Plans to bless you, not to hurt you. Give you hope and a future to look forward to. He sees some, some of your lives restored. He sees some of you guys, some of you ladies that are here. He sees you, man, with Prince Charming. That's why He's like, dude, you're rushing me. Stop pushing me. You're making me make decisions for you that are not good for you. But if you make me, I'll let you do what you want to do. But it's not my best for your life. I know what I want to do in you. I know who I have for you. But you keep pushing me to hurry up and get it done. And when you do that, it doesn't come out right. Stop pushing God. Stop making God and rushing God and telling Him, well, I want it now or I'm leaving. Don't do that to God. God knows what He's doing in your life. What you need to do is you need to just stop and get your hands off the wheel. You with me? Say, Lord, take over my life because I'm making a mess. I'm hitting things. Are you with me? I'm making a mess of my life, even us as Christians. Come on now. I know some of you sit there and you're thinking, I got this. No, you don't have anything. As a matter of fact, you're who the message is for. Because you think you're going in a certain direction. You think you know what you want. What was best for you. And you made a mess of your life. Come on. Look at you with me? Look back in the mirror. You say, man, I made a mess of my life. Here I am trying to instruct the Lord. Huh? How am I going to tell the Lord what to do in my life, who to put in my life, who I want for my life?
Right.
The only reason me and my wife are together is because God said so. And I'm always proactive for God restoring those relationships, especially for those kids of husbands and wives. You with me? For these kids, even just movies or anything. You watch movies where there's divorced parents and them kids, man, you don't realize how messed up you make them. Their lives and their minds, their insecurities and all this stuff because of choices you made. Oh, they're young, they'll bounce back, they don't bounce back. It affects their marriages, it affects their lives, it affects their children. Huh? I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to make you understand some things. Every choice you make, listen, it affects your kids, man. It affects your babies, it affects your church. People think they can make decisions and do whatever they want, don't realize you're affecting your church. And either we don't care or we're just ignorant of it and we don't understand that. You with me? And people, man, I'm telling you, I know so many people that talk about being hurt from this church and that church, and they don't see the wounded pastors. I was telling my wife yesterday, I feel for the pastors that quit every day because they're wounded by their sheep. They're wounded by the people in their church that have hurt them, harmed them, burned them. And these pastors quit the pulpits and go off to lick their own wounds, and nobody cares. The church goes on, the people go on, they go to their jobs, they laugh and buy new cars. And, you with me? Come on. And I'm like, man, it's heavy duty. God spoke the word restore. To bring back. You with me? To bring back to better than former condition. Amen? God is in the restoration business. Amen? Look at it in Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. It's the last book in the Old Testament. I want you to see this for yourself. Malachi, or for those of you Italians, Malachi. Malachi. You say, well, my man's Molacho. Malachi. Are you there? Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6, he says, behold, he says, I am going to send to you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and terrible day of the Lord. He will restore the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to their fathers. He says, so that I will not come and smite the land with a curse. Does your Bible say that? Yes. So I'm not lying. And in there, it may be my opinion, but I think I'm right when I say this, that when he's talking, I will restore the hearts of the children to their fathers, or fathers to their children. He was speaking in the tense of fathers, not dads. Like some of you think, well, that gets me off the hook. No. He meant padres, which meant your parents, your mom, your dad. He said, I will restore the hearts of the parents back to their children. To where, guess what? You love those babies more than you love your good time. Amen, Pastor. I love them babies more than I love my good time. See, that's what happens when you get a job and you're working and it's ugly and your job, you know what I mean? For lack of better words, you might say it sucks. And you have to do it every day. And man, you dread going to work. And listen, why do I go for my babies? I ain't here for me. I'm here to earn a check. I'm here to pay my rent. I'm here to pay my light bill. I'm here to so I can get my babies to McDonald's so I can do for them because I love my children. I want to bless them. I want to give them Christmas presents. I want to work hard, maybe some overtime so I can get a little extra because I love my babies. It ain't about me. It ain't about me going and having a good time and finding a man and all this other stuff. No, it's about me working hard. Listen, how old are you? How old are you? You already had your good time. You're not 16. You're not 21. You're already in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. And we're still talking about, I want to go out, I want to have fun, I want to do this. How many mothers have you found like that? Somebody that I know that's dear to my heart, when they came to my life and said, you know what, Pastor, can I come and stay in your men's home? We had a home in our house. We had men living in our house. And they said, can I come stay in your house? Because my mom said she's moving to Lahana. Her and her new husband. And that she's going to live her life now. 14 years old. And I don't want to go. She said, I can come if I want, but she's going to live her life now. 14 years old. What kind of choice is that to give to a kid? He said, I don't want to go with them, Pastor. I want to know if I can stay in your house. I said, come on, man. Come on. And I'm going to treat you like I would my children. And I'm going to teach you what it is to work hard. And I'm going to teach you how to do chores in the house. And you're going to do the trash. And you're going to clean the bathrooms. And you're going to do these things. And you're not going to do everything, but you're a part of this chore list. We're all involved in it. You with me? And he liked my daughter too. And one day, they came to us and they asked, well, maybe can we court and maybe look towards marriage someday and this and that. And I said, yeah. I said, and he was living with us. And I told him, but everything, and my daughter was, she gave me a hard time, man. Sometimes she wouldn't clean or do something. I said, all right, are you sure you want to marry her? He said, well, yeah, Pastor, I'll do whatever. And I said, all right, come on in. I said, hey, Pat, come here. I said, my daughter, she don't want to do the bathrooms. And I said, so guess what? Who's doing the bathrooms today? He said, who? And I said, you. Why me? I did them yesterday. I said, well, because the woman you want to marry, you want to clean. I said, so guess what? You're going to realize you take their mess up too. See, ladies, it ain't just about the lovey-dovey and the coochie. Huh? If you can't get him up to find a job, listen. Huh? Come on now. That ought to be your requirement. Where do you work? How long have you been at this? I'll make you an application. How long have you been at this job? Do you have references? What does your boss think about you? Huh? Come on now. Do you have a job, number one? No. See ya. First question, man. Now, then out of here, you're gone. Well, I'm between jobs. Well, you better come back in a year or something when you're established, when things are going good for you. Because listen, the first thing you need is a job. Because I ain't going to work hard forever and this and that, and I need some help, and my kids need this and that, and you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's your credit? Oh man, I owe this much money and this and that, and see ya. Do you love Jesus? Well, I'm a Mormon, I'm this, I'm that. See ya. Do you go to church? What's your pastor's name? How long have you been in the church? Can I get a reference from your pastor saying what an awesome servant of God you've been, how you help the church, how you pray, how you're a servant, how you're a minister in the house of church, you're helping, you're doing something. Nah, I don't want to name. See ya. I can give you an application if you want one. Go make one. So this way it just keeps you far from problems. Because all you're seeing is that fine dude, those ripples right there. Not the pants like your ex had, the ripples. You wash your clothes, ladies. Babe, can I wash my clothes again? You guys are crazy. Nice flowing hair, green eyes, and all that. Well, them nice green eyes are wandering nice too, and so you have some trouble there. Anyway, but why did we get off on that? He said he will restore the hearts of the parents or the fathers to the children, in the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the land with a curse. You know who Elijah the prophet was? It wasn't Elijah. It could have been John the Baptist, or it might have been Jesus Christ himself. Because I was reading the scripture in Luke chapter 7, where it was talking about Jesus was the one restoring the hearts of the parents to the children, and the children to the parents. Do you know God's heart is family? God's heart is not the single person running around doing their own thing. God's heart is their kids. God's heart is you with me? We don't know, we can't, like I said, we can't change the past. But if you're looking to the future, divorce is not an option. So understand that now. You with me? Divorce ain't even an option for me. I'm thinking of my cousin Anita. My cousin Anita, for years, I don't know what happened in their marriage. I don't even care to know. But I know they got a divorce. She didn't want it. She stood for her marriage. She went to church. She served the Lord. She got involved. Man, she was a powerful woman of God, going to prayer meetings and all this different stuff. For years, her husband was out there doing whatever it was he does. And she stood for her marriage. And guess what? They're together today. God saved that man. God restored their marriage. God turned it around for them. They're together. They're a couple today. I see I don't care what happened yesterday. But from this point on, if you ever want to get married, remember this: divorce is not an option. If you, as a matter of fact, you can read it. I'm not sure if it's in Malachi chapter 4. I think it's in like chapter 3 or 2, where it talks about that. It says, the only place it says God hates divorce. You can read it. Malachi's not a thick book. Read it for yourself. You with me? It's not an option. So whoever I marry, whoever I get with, I'm going to stay with. Come on. Because God's going to put you to the test, and they're going to put you to the test. God's going to say, hey, you asked for it. That was for free, amen? But he said, I'm going to restore the hearts of the children. God is pro-family. One of the greatest things the devil hates is marriage, and he hates family. That's his whole job, is to destroy. Man, look how many kids are out there today lost, and they're having babies. And a lot of the kids that we knew even growing up in our church way back, they're dead today. I was asking about that. Chris, I said, what happened to Chris? He died, man. He was a drug addict. He died. A lot of people that we know, man, they didn't, you know what I mean? They're not here today because of choices they made. You with me? So you ought to understand how fortunate you are today. God wants to restore your family. He wants to get it back. He wants to make it new. He wants to make it better than it was before. I'm not saying for you, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying leave the church and go back to your ex. Because I don't know who they are. I don't know what God has done in their life. I don't know if they're even saved. If they're not, you don't want to go back. I'm not saying that, so don't think that, well, now I have to go back to my ex because Pastor preached. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but if you get it right, God can give you somebody even better than that. If that's His will. If that's His will. If that's His will. You with me? Not my will, Lord. Remember you prayed that prayer? I didn't pray. You prayed it at the altar, not me. Not my will, thy will. You said even, thy willeth, Lord. You said that, not me. You know when God brought, you know what I believe brings back the restoration for us? It's forgiveness. Forgiveness. Job prayed for his 3 friends. Amen. And the Lord restored Job. Watch. Job chapter 42 verse 10 says this. Job chapter 42 verse 10 says, the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he prayed for his friends. And the Lord increased all that Job had twice, twofold, double for his trouble. Everything that Job had. And if you read Job chapter 1, this is chapter 1, that he had like 7,000 sheep, 7,000 camels, 7,000 this. He had like 8 children, all this stuff. And man, he was the richest man on earth. Everything was wiped out. Remember I told you? Like the land had been devastated and only a few kernels of corn on the floor. Nothing was left for Job. Ashes, he bathed in ashes and sackcloth. Cut himself with the rocks because he was sick already. You with me? That's the kind of the life Job had. And guess what? Guess what? When you're down, that's when you see what your friends are made of. Hmm? That's when you see the people in your life either rise up, and I'm telling you, Job had it from every direction. If you read on from where I just read you, you're going to read Job's brothers and sisters came back and started talking to him again. People and friends and others came into Job's life. But these 3 men in his life, when Job was as his lowest, Job lost everything. That's when the friends started saying stuff. Started talking smack about Job. Saying, you know what, Job's an adulterer. That's why he's going through what he's doing. You know what he's always after, the little young ladies, that's what he's after. Job said, how in the world can you say something like that? They were talking about him, they were making all kinds of, Job, it's your fault that you're in the condition you are. You with me? And you know what's a trip about it is when God gave me this message of restoration, God was talking to me this morning. I'm telling you, when I get in the shower, he starts to speak. That's why I smell so clean all the time. God spoke to me, he says, son, there's 3 men I want you to forgive. There's 3 men that have talked stuff about you and hurt you. And he said, and I want you to pray for them this morning. And out of nowhere, I just started praying for him. You with me? One of them I asked your boy about last night. How's so-and-so? He's doing, is he doing okay health-wise and stuff? And I was really concerned. And I thought, God, I said, you know what, I don't care what has happened, that's still my friend. That's still my friend. I don't care what he thinks about me, I don't care what he said about me. You know what I mean? I don't care if he hates my cousin, I'm still concerned. Is he okay? Is he doing all right? And I meant that. And this morning I find myself praying for him. I'm praying for Juanito. I said, Lord, man, that dude was, man, one of my best friends. And I said, that dude just up and booked. Didn't even say bye, didn't even give me a call, didn't even say anything. You know, I mean, I heard he said some bad stuff, you know, but, you know, and it's like, I pray for one, this is my friend. How can I just hate the dude? Especially with the heart of God, how can I just hate the dude? And I found myself praying for him, and then another man, and I said, God, for that guy too. And Job prayed for his 3 friends. Guess what? God restored him. He hurt. We might not call it unforgiveness, but hurt. How can they do that to me, Lord? After I poured my heart into these men, how can they turn on me? How can they act like that with me? How can they talk about me? I mean, maybe I'm passionate, maybe I come a little bit strong or whatever, but you know my heart because you've been with me. Others might misunderstand me, but you've been with me. And it's almost like you made a choice to burn me. It's like David said, it wasn't my enemies that I was afraid of. It wasn't them that hurt me. It was the one that I ate bread with. That stabbed me in the back. God said this morning, pray for him, son. Pray for him. And when God told Job, pray for those 3 men that have been talking smack about you. Pray for them, because they were your friends. He said, pray for him. And Job prayed for him. And that's when God restored Job back twice. Double for his trouble. When Job said, God, I forgive him. I release him. And I don't know what that means significantly I know what it meant for me. But I don't know who it is in your life. Maybe it's an ex. Because some of you got exes. And maybe, man, they've hurt you deeply. And every time you think of them, you know, because you still get angry. Huh? You just hear their voice. You just look at them and you think, oh. You think that God wants that there? No. He wants you free. My wife said, are you happy? Are you this? Are you that? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I want to be. But maybe there's some things in my life that God said, son, you know what I mean? You're rightful. You're right to say they hurt you. Because they did and they said stuff. Yeah. But son, pray for them. Yeah. Be the bigger person. Yeah. Forgive them and love them. Yeah. And you don't have to go hold hands and call them and, hey, how you doing? And this and that. You don't have to do that. Some people you have to stay away from. Yeah. But in your own heart, forgive these people. Forgive them and let God, so God can restore you. You with me? When Job prayed for his friends, read it after you're done. Read it after 42 verse 10. Read it where Job, after he prayed for his friends, God restored him twice. And that's just to sum it up. That doesn't tell you. And then his brothers and sisters came back into his life. Some of you have burned some bridges and you're blaming them. Yeah. Like the person I talked to yesterday. They burned bridges and they're blaming their family. Yeah. You're the one that burned the bridges. But God can restore that. God can make you, instead of some addict, some untrustable, some thief that's going to rob their own family members and steal from them. God can turn you around and make you trustable again. Come on. He'll give you back your dignity. Huh? He'll help you. He'll restore you. People will honor you. People will respect you. I go, look at my pastor. My pastor was a drug addict. He was a heroin addict. He was a pachuco, a cholo. He killed a man. People looked down on Ray Chavez. They threw him out of Colorado. And he said even the church, sister, even the church he was involved in, when he went to the church, the people, they said, if you got somebody in the church you're offended with, you go to that brother, you tell him that, you're offended with him, you don't like him, but forgive him and pray for him. He says, man, I was just praying. He said, I was just a brand new Christian. He said, man, when I opened my eyes, there was a lion in front of me. Everyone in the church lined up in front of the pastor to go forgive him and say that they didn't like him, but to forgive him and pray with him. He goes, no one went to anybody else. There was a line of everybody in the church in front of me. I said, when our own church people can't stand you and hate your guts, I said, man, that's heavy duty. But he stood. He didn't let that offend him. I don't know about you, but I said, forget this church, man. Forget all you, and I would have bumped. Come on. I'm going to sit out there talking about forgiveness and all this because he was a drug addict. And today he owns a multi-million-dollar building in Denver. He's known throughout the nation. He's on television, national television. I mean, and I'm praying that God open international doors for our pastor, that he goes into different countries. Come on, he's been at the White House at lunch and a drug addict. This dude that killed an ex-judge or something. And he's at the White House eating lunch with, I think it was President Bush, I think at the time. Huh? God restored him. Today I see my pastor is blessed. My pastor's blessed. I see him drive up in a Mercedes. I said, he's blessed. He gets out. He don't even look like a pastor. He's got his little homie jeans on. And he, walks out with his little teardrop or whatever. I said, man, check him out. This great bands on. Huh? So he's blessed. He's blessed. That's what God can do. You with me? He can do that for you if you let him. I want Al to come and read my final scripture. I want you to check this out. Listen, for you it's in Deuteronomy 30, verse 1 through 10, but she's reading it in the Message Bible. But I want you to hear what the Lord says. Watch. He's speaking right to us.
Here's what will happen. While you're out among the nations where God has dispersed you, and the blessings and curses come in just the way I have set them before you, and you and your children take them seriously and come back to God, your God, and obey him with your whole heart and soul according to everything that I command you today. God, your God, will restore everything you lost. He'll have compassion on you. He'll come back and pick up the pieces from all the places where you were scattered. No matter how far you end up, God Your God will get you out of there and bring you back to the land your ancestors once possessed. It will be yours again. He will give you a good life and make you more numerous than your ancestors. God, your God, will cut away the thick calluses on your heart and your children's hearts, freeing you to love God, your God, your whole heart and soul, and really live. God, your God, will put all these curses on your enemies who hated you and were out to get you. And you will make a new start listening obediently to God, keeping all his commandments that I'm commanding you today. God, your God, will outdo himself in making things go well for you. You'll have babies, get calves, grow crops, and enjoy an all-around good life. Yes, God will start enjoying you again, making things go well for you, just as he enjoyed doing it for your ancestors. But only if you listen obediently to God, your God, and keep the commandments and regulations written in this book of Revelation. Nothing half-hearted here. You must be true to God, your God, totally, heart and soul, holding nothing back.
Amen.
Amen. Stand with me this morning.